No one's talking about him, but they will. What if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just landed the biggest steal of the entire NFL draft and nobody saw it coming? While all eyes were on flashy names and top 5 picks, Tampa may have quietly walked away with a future superstar. A wide receiver built for today's game. A quiet killer. And now, with Baker Mayfield fired up and the locker room buzzing, one name keeps rising: Amechi Egbuka. The league better wake up, because this rookie could be the shock of the season. Let's talk about what might be one of the most underrated moves in this year's draft, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers may have just pulled off something special. They've got a rookie wide receiver, and this guy could be a game changer. Amechi Egbuka. You may not hear his name on national talk shows, but believe me, you will soon. Now, Tampa Bay hasn't been getting the respect it deserves for a while. You've won the division 3 straight years. Baker Mayfield is finally getting some love. And now, this wide receiver might be the missing piece that changes everything. Let me break it down. Baker Mayfield has already spoken up about this kid, and what he said should have every Bucs fan fired up. Baker called him cerebral, said he's one of the smartest rookies he's seen, that he already understands the offense like a pro, that he's constantly communicating, showing maturity beyond his age, that he can be plugged in anywhere on the field. You don't get that kind of praise easily, especially from a quarterback fighting to prove himself again. But it gets better. Pro Football Focus dropped a list of sleeper wide receivers to watch in fantasy football, and guess who showed up? Egbuka. Now sure, fantasy isn't real-life football, but this isn't just hype. It's data. It's deep football minds starting to realize this guy might be something. Here's what people forget. At Ohio State, he was never the main guy. First, it was Marvin Harrison Jr., a generational talent. And when Harrison moved on, another beast, Jeremiah Smith, a freshman freak of nature, took center stage. Egbuka? He was always in the shadow, even though he was producing quietly, game after game. And let's not forget, Ohio State wasn't even throwing it all the time. They were winning early running clock, using future NFL running backs. That meant fewer chances for receivers like Egbuka to shine. But the talent? It's there. Always has been. You look at his numbers: elite separation, high catch rate, sharp routes. This is what NFL teams crave now. Gone are the days when size ruled. Today, it's about speed, precision, and the ability to create space. And Egbuka checks all those boxes. The truth is, we still haven't seen what he's fully capable of. Not at Ohio State. Not yet in the NFL, but with a smart quarterback, a solid offensive line, and a team hungry for respect, this could be the breakout nobody saw coming. Do you think Egbuka could be the surprise star of the 2025 season? Is Tampa Bay flying under the radar again? Let me know in the comments, and rate your confidence in this rookie from 1 to 10. Are we looking at the NFL's next breakout wide receiver? Let's be real, the NFL has changed. It's not about big receivers who go up for 50 by 50 balls anymore. No one wants maybe catches. You need guys who get open, clean, fast, constantly. And that's where Amechi Egbuka could be different. That's where he could be special. Some scouts say his routes could be a little sharper. Okay, fine. That's coachable. That's reps. That's Polish. But when you dig into the data, when you look at where he lines up, how he performs against different coverages, it's elite. According to the numbers, when Egbuka lines up in the slot, he dominates. Against zone, he finds the soft spots. Against man coverage, he beats his guy. Over and over. He just gets open. No gimmicks, no trick plays. Just real, pro-level separation. And when it comes to route running, he doesn't just run one or two. He's done everything. Crossing routes, out routes, slants, screens, posts, go routes, comebacks. You name it, he's run it. And he's succeeded. Now imagine this. You already have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on the field. That's already scary. Then you add a guy like Egbuka, someone who can line up at X, Z, or slot. That kind of flexibility, that kind of plug-and-play versatility, it's rare, it's dangerous. He's not just a backup. He's not a bench piece. He's a weapon. Even with Jalen McMillan in the mix and Godwin doing his thing, Egbuka can jump between roles seamlessly. One snap, he's outside. Next snap, he's in motion. The defense has to adjust. And that's when mistakes happen. Let's talk production. Look at his success rate on different routes. When he runs comebacks, 100% catch rate. On screens, 100%. Slants, 87%. On post, nearly 70%. It's green across the board, meaning this kid isn't just running routes. He's winning on them. And the craziest part? He's been doing this without even being the primary target. Think about it like this. If you're a quarterback and it's 3rd and 8, and you need someone to beat man coverage, who do you trust? You want that guy who doesn't need the perfect play call. That guy who just gets open no matter what. That's St. Brown in Detroit. And honestly, Egbuka gives off the same vibes. They're different types of players, sure, but that reliability, that feel for space, that clutch gene, it's there. And when you've got someone who can win on 3rd down without a tricked-up play design, you change the entire offense. You make things simple. You take pressure off the QB. You keep drives alive. You win games. That's why people are whispering that maybe, just maybe, Tampa Bay landed a star. So now I've got to ask, is Egbuka the best value pick of the draft? Can he be the 3rd down hero Tampa needs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you had to choose, who do you want on the field with the game on the line? A rookie like Egbuka or a proven vet like Godwin or Evans? Let's hear it. Your take could spark the next big debate. Here's the bottom line. We've got the scheme. Now we need the guys to get open. And that's exactly what makes Amechi Egbuka so exciting. He's not just fitting into the system, he's unlocking it. Now, let's zoom out and look at the full picture. First, the offensive line. We'll see how it holds up when the pads come on in camp. That's when we find out who's real and who's just flashing in shorts. But you've got to feel confident, especially with the way this offense is shaping up. At quarterback, let's talk Baker Mayfield. Yeah, maybe people are tired of debating him. Maybe we've heard the same takes too many times. He's too short. He's inconsistent. He's done. But honestly, Baker's done with the noise, and he's just balling. He's playing smarter. He's tougher. He's matured. And right now, if you ask 20 fan bases across the league if they take Baker, they'd say yes. Every time. So now you've got a QB playing his best ball in years, a stacked receiver group with stars and rookies, a rising rookie in Egbuka who can break a defense wide open, and a team that's already tasted playoff football 3 years in a row. But what about the other side of the ball? Defense is where the front office got serious this offseason. The secondary needed help, and they addressed it. They went out and added players who can lock up and hit hard. This unit isn't just trying to survive. They're trying to win games. And if they do, then it's time to talk bigger. Let's say you win the division again, which you should. Yeah, the Falcons will be scrappy. The Panthers might look improved. But improved from what? Rock bottom? We've seen this before. We've been that team before, the one getting hyped for being better than awful. So sure, they'll fight. But this is still Tampa's division to lose. And the Saints? Honestly, they might be the worst team in the NFL this year. So yeah, when you play them, you better win. Not just because it's a rivalry, but because you're supposed to. These are pressure games, not because they're tough, but because losing them would be a disaster. Beat them twice, stack wins, win the division, host a playoff game. And then, take your shot at the big boys, Detroit, Philly, LA. You've done it before. You know the path. And now, with this roster, you can do it again. All right, Bucs fans, it's your turn. Can this team run it back and take the NFC South for a 4th straight year? And more importantly, can they finally go deeper? Let me know in the comments. Are you riding with Baker? Is Egbuka a future WR1? And who's your biggest threat in the division? Drop it all below. I want to hear from you.